Hi guys, it's Mitch here. This is the third time I've tried to record this bloody video, so I'm hoping that it was going to work all the way through now. So fingers crossed. So I'm just coming on to do your Facebook card reveals. So if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energies of the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is a really powerful card when it shows, because it takes us into that place of higher consciousness. It takes us into that reason of why are we here? What is this journey? What is this purpose really all about? Or what is our purpose really all about? So the High Priestess is very powerful, really wants to connect us in with the spirit world, in with our psychic intuition, and with our deeper intuitive thoughts and realizations of energy. So very often with the High Priestess, what tends to happen is she has her sort of foot in sort of two aspects or two sort of walks of life. So she can be very connected to obviously the physical world, so the physical energies, the physical experiences that make up our life, but she's also tapping into a higher place, a higher power, a higher level of awakened state, essentially. So it could well be for some of you guys at the moment, you're on a bit of a spiritual awakening, a bit of a spiritual journey, maybe just spiritual experiences are really manifesting, are really happening quite deeply for you at the moment. It could be for some of you, you're seeing spirit or connecting with spirit a lot more than you would usually be, and maybe you're trying to process that or understand that. It could be for some of you that you're really sort of getting quite a lot of like downloads, intuitive thoughts, feelings. It might be worth keeping like a bit of a dream journal. You could be getting hidden messages in dreams. And basically it's tapping into the real higher magic, the real higher essences of why are you here? What are you meant to be part of? Because so many of us go through this sort of stage of our life where we're living quite a robotic, quite a routined pace or state or way of life, and actually we realize there's so much more. And very often things not necessarily unravel, but things just sort of change around us, because we sort of feel like what we once felt was our truth becomes complete kind of illusion, really. And the High Priestess is tapping us into this higher power, this higher magic, like I say, this higher place of consciousness. It's also a really important time to sort of trust your own intuition, your psychic sat nav, as I call it. So, you know, if things are happening, if you're getting certain sort of gut feelings about something and then it's materializing, or, you know, you feel like you're getting hidden pieces of information, that could be a bit of a warning. Just listen, just pay attention, because this is basically gear shifting. It's removing the old cycles, the old patterns of how your life may have once been, and it's shifting up into that sort of higher space. And spirit do come and knock on our door when they're sort of wanting to work with us in whatever way, whether it be sort of through healing, through counseling. It could just be doing practical stuff, but in a very kind of morally compassed way. So there's loads of ways this card can kind of link. I'm not saying everybody that is kind of drawn to this card is going to become a light worker or whatever else, but there's definitely a sense of you tapping into a higher understanding of your own internal spirit, because it's remembering we're all spirit having a human experience, and we will all return back home to spirit. And I think a lot of us forget that as well. So it could just feel a bit trippy sort of for some of you as well. You could feel quite disconnected or quite disengaged from your sort of physical life at the moment, because there is this higher energy kind of coming in, and this real sense of almost, in a way, deep philosophy of what am I really meant to be doing at the moment. So some of you could be tapping into your real life purpose, or trying to understand what your life purpose is. So there's that with this as well. So an interesting time, definitely. Now then, as I'm moving into card number 2, we're going into the energies of the Magician. When the Magician card shows, the Magician is a very positive card. And actually somebody the other day sort of said they really hate the Magician card because they feel it's all about lying and it's all about illusion. Depending obviously what comes out with the Magician. Yes, we sometimes do have that side of the coin, but usually when the Magician is shown in his own energy, he's actually a really great positive card. He's all about basically being a an amazing sort of manifester. He can manifest his best life. He can create his best life. And the magician is very sort of mystical, very powerful. He's also at peace with himself. So what's quite interesting really with this is where we've got the high priestess, where it's all about coming to terms and understanding who you are, what you're about, what's really going on. The magician has kind of got to that space of understanding. The magician's already at peace with himself, and he supports who he is, he understands who he is, and he's in competition with nobody. And when we get to that sort of state of self-love and self-acceptance, that can be really powerful, because that's when true magic can really start to take place and happen. Because the magician is in competition with nobody else, he's just wanting to create his best life. He's wanting to create a life that works and serves for himself, but harms nobody in the process. And he has like everything going for him here. So he has the cup, the pentacles, the sword, the wand. So he's got all the suits which make up the elements, the fire, the air, the earth, the water. So he's also a very balanced, very grounded person. So basically, when the magician card shows in your world or in your life, it's time for you to sort of manifest and to achieve and to create your best version of what you want life to be. There can be no setbacks, there can be no limitations. He's very connected to spirit, but very grounded and anchored below. And the more that we work or embrace spirit, or just that higher frequency of something other, the deeper our roots have to go. You can't have one without the other. So the more grounded you become, and it extends upwards, it's that whole energy of, so, you know, above is below, below is above, essentially. So the magician has endless opportunities of richness, magic, abundance, both materialistically, but in heart. And if you've been wanting to go for something, if you've been wanting to sort of put your energy into something, get out there, do it to the best of your abilities. Don't worry about how you're perceived or judged by other people around you. Do it for the right reasons. Do it for you, because you want the experience, because you want to sort of feel the heart connection of whatever that energy is about. But it's your time to shine. It's your time to be fabulous. And the magician, like I say, is quite a rare magic that not everybody has access to, because a lot of people are quite lazy. A lot of people just want this to happen. They don't want to put the hard work in. But the magician knows to get anywhere in this world, there is some effort, there is some dedication required. And if you think of when a magician learns and perfects his craft and his illusions, that may have taken him, you know, days, weeks, months, years to perfect. So it's about continuously investing in oneself to create the life that you truly want. But go for it. It's your time. There's never going to be a perfect time. Let's make this time work as your time. 100%. And finally, as we're going into card number 3, this one keeps coming out. It's an ongoing theme, seems to be an ongoing theme almost of this year, definitely. So we've got the 10 of Wands. So when the 10 of Wands shows, quite a simple card really. It's all about moving forward. Give yourself permission to keep moving forward and be true, be honest, be real with yourself, with what you're holding on to, with what you're carrying. Does it work? Does it serve you? Has it become heavy? Has it become clumpersome to carry? Do you actually need it? Instead of having all of those 10 wands, maybe you only need 5 of those, maybe you only need 3. Some of it has probably become dead wood. So you can let it go, you can sort of sling it out, and by doing that, this kind of crow can fly a bit more freely, a bit more easily, because that lot is quite girthy, it's quite heavy, it's quite clumpersome to have to try and hold and carry and still negotiate sort of the flight in the air. So let go of the things that don't matter, let go of the things that don't serve or don't sort of work for you. Let go of the things that don't bring you peace, love, or harmony, whether that be physical people, circumstances, situations, or old emotions or old behavior patterns or energies that you might be buying into. Because sometimes this isn't about other people. Sometimes this is about how we choose to feed, or where we choose to feed our own thoughts, our own feelings. And, you know, I've put in a message or in a video thing the other day that our words carry such power. You know, they really, really do. So it's mega, mega important to be cautious, to be careful. What we think, we attract, and in return, it creates our physical reality. So if we're feeling blocked, if we're feeling stuck, if we're feeling like somebody is sabotaging us, they probably are not. We are probably sabotaging ourselves. Be very, very careful where you feed this, because how you feed this up here creates what you feed around you. So just remember that with this card. So going to leave it with you. I hope the messages make sense. Have a beautiful kind of week, whatever you're getting up to. Thank you so much to everybody that came to see me last night at the Spire Hill Therapy Centre in Stallbridge. It was a beautiful evening of private one-to-one readings, and on Thursday I'm going to be over at Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge. That is all sold out, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. And then on Saturday I'm over in Swindon at Rowan's Closet, and it's been a while because I was ill and we had to redate stuff, so it's been a little while since I've been back there. But I'm really excited to be back in Swindon. And then next Saturday, the big one, the biggie, the great sort of date of my tour coming up, which is the King's Theatre, Gloucester, next Saturday, 27th. It will be amazing to see you guys there. Come along for a beautiful night of spirit magic. Mum's going to be there with her stall in the foyer, a reduced version of her stall, and I'll have some merchandise to sell, so there'll be my programs. I've got books back in stock, so my books will be there so I can sign those for you. My tarot decks, my CDs, if we've got time for a few cheeky selfies, if you want one with me, then of course we can do that, because I know quite a lot of people like that. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to a really, really beautiful night in a really beautiful new theatre. So it's going to be cool. So if you're free, if you're sort of able to come along to that, get involved, buy a ticket. It would be lovely to see you in Gloucester on the 27th. We're going to leave these cards with you. I hope they make a bit of sense. Keep shining, stay fabulous. The energies are quite heavy. The energies are quite tough. But remember, don't buy into the heaviness, because with this, if we feel it's all doom and gloom, it becomes all doom and gloom. Often the rain cloud that we feel is above us is not the reality of actually the truth of what's going on. It might just feel like it's above our own head. Shift it along if you can. It is hard at the moment, because I know a lot of people have been private messaging me saying how much they're struggling, but keep going, guys, because I think for all of us, when we wake up of a morning, regardless of what the day brings, the fact that we're showing up for that day, that's our first blessing, that's our first gift, and also that's our first sort of, you know, investment in ourself, if you like. So back with the Magician, where we're investing by getting up of a morning and not choosing to just sleep the day away, by thinking, no, I'm going to get up, I'm going to face this day. That's our first investment. Stepping stones. Keep your world small, digestible, and in stepping stones if you have to at the moment. So going to leave it with you. Have a cool one, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.